welcome to my tube. Like my shirt. I haven't worn one in a while. Hasn't been warm enough to wear a long sleeve shirt. I've had to wear a short sleeve shirt. It's not really warm enough right now, but it's my birthday. And I didn't care. So I want to do a video outside today. Because I got a lot of gratitude. I had to drive up to Portland. You know, I just think it's so funny. They always talk about how much they care for veterans. Oh, thank you for your service. And, oh, you know, I'll do it for the vet. And it's like all the veterans have to go to the one place. You know, one main hub. And then all the veterans have to go there. Right? But in other systems, I'm pretty sure that people could pick their doctors. You know, and at this point, what difference does it make? You know, people should just do what they want. You know, I mean, heck, the people that make the rules, you know, they don't follow the rules, you know, they don't have to deal with the nonsense that everyday people deal with, you know, they put themselves in a little box. People that put themselves that high up, you know, you ain't helping nobody because you don't even know what it's like. How can you help people when you don't even know what it's like to struggle? You know, there's no sense of urgency for them. No. You just drive around your BMWs, your Audis, your Teslas, you know. All that stuff is changing. All of it's changing. It's freaking a beautiful thing. How the world is changing. Yeah. I had gone up to, yesterday I told this, day before I told the story, I think it was on a coffee treat. It was like, I guessed a girl's age. And I thought she was 30. Well, I went back later to tell her that I guessed her to be 30, and I do YouTube, you know, I wrote down the name to my tube if they wanted to watch the video, and I'm like, well, how old are you? And she's like, I'm 18. I was like, fucking 18. I thought she was, I'm like, I'm not a good judge of age. I'm like, I mean no offense, I mean, like, if that offends you, I didn't mean to offend you, I go by energy, and you don't seem like you're 18, you know. But a lot of these kids are being born, you know, with recall of many of their past lives and things that they have done and can do throughout those. And so she didn't take any offense, but that got me to thinking that when I was like I was like 26, there's like my longest karmic relationship was a dance at death for like 8 years, and God, I kept going back, just punishing myself, just broke my own heart time and time again every time I did it. But I always, you know, you gotta keep trying because maybe the one try will stick. But no, all that did was prove that I have a terribly broken picker. And so, but this girl, she's younger than me by like 6 years. She's 21, and it was like I met her at the same time who she met her now husband, and he's like 20 years older than her. And I always thought, you know, because now that I'm the older than he is when they started dating, and I look at girls that are 20 years old, they look like they're teenagers to me. And that got me thinking, guys that like hanging out with girls like that, it's creepy. Yeah. Then I started thinking about, you know, guys, you know, maybe they get to play dolls as much as they wanted to, you know, so maybe they thought it'd just be easier to grow up, and, you know, if you're rich, it's easy to manipulate women with money, and, you know, because especially if you get the girls that are really empty inside and that have a lot of daddy issues, because then you can just pay their way forever and they'll be your toy and do whatever you want, you know, they'll love you, right? Until they get to be, the girls get to be about 30 or 40, and I think that's when guys start trading in for younger models. I'm not sure. But none of this should be offensive because this doesn't happen to anyone, right? And I was thinking about how, you know, because being a control freak, it ain't gender specific. Women do it too. Women do it with young guys just as much as men do it with young girls, you know. It's a vibration. It's more of a predatory, you know, cat-mouse type thing to me, you know, because you get someone that's, you know, kind of skittish and nervous, and all they want is protection, so they're going to go toward the one that's going to protect them. But oftentimes they find out that they're a lot more dangerous than what they think they need protection from, you know. But I've seen so many of these stories play out, and so many of them are the same, you know, because people really are cookie cutter. You notice that? People just kind of say the same things over and over and over and over. Maybe they'll switch it up a little bit. Maybe there'll be variances of it a little bit, but mostly, you know, it's every now and again people make up words, synonyms, you know. Like there's this new culture, like this, you know, I mean, millennial is, I mean, it's an old word, but it's just another name for another generation, you know what I mean? And then who determines what a generation is? I just wonder a lot. And it's my birthday! What else? No, but it is. I know that things are changing because, and people are waking up to more stuff because just how the nurse talks. You know what I mean? Because she's, you know, it was because like I was watching the operations of the place, and between myself and the girl that took my vitals, I never saw her again. And the person that came out, there was like a new nurse. There was a different nurse for every person they called back. And I was like, you know, that's what they do is they create a scenario of too many cooks in the kitchen, you know. I don't know, like seeing this, there's another resource hog. Why don't they just go away with the National Guard and the reserves? Let's just go away with those. And if they want to join the local, you know, fire department or whatever, let them. But there's all these programs. You want to talk about wasting money, and that's what the girl told me. She's like, they're going after everyone. They're going after all the veterans. They're trying to freaking choke out as much financial support for veterans so they can freaking feed their fake wars and their freaking bombs for destruction that they say, you know, they're $12,000 rounds. One round, $12,000. Look it up. They exist. You know, what are we paying for? What are we paying for to kill people? And nobody even buys into this stuff anymore. Nobody believes. You know who the threat is? Guess who turned into a bully? Yeah. And it's sickening. Frankly, it's kind of gross. Because I was a part of that paradigm. Yeah. I only could stand it for 6 years because all the fat old men that told me to go to the gym, you know what I mean? It's all the hypocrisy, you know? It's just stupid. I couldn't tell them what fucking assholes they were just because they were in longer, you know what I mean? But they could, you know, put me in the truck. Go to the truck. Put her in the truck. You know, you're able-bodied, whatever. You signed up for it, right? Signed up for it. This is what happens when I don't get a lot of sleep. And this is because I was worried, you know, I don't like leaving Mom. I don't like leaving her. You know why? Because when I get home after being gone for 4 hours, the TV's off and she's walking around. It was on when I left, but stuff happens and she doesn't know how to put Netflix back on, you know? Or Hulu. She doesn't know how to work it. So I come home, how long have you been walking around? And I can't even ask her how long she's been walking around. But that's cool because the doctor needs me to drive freaking up to see him. You know, to be fair though, he made it so that we can have a phone conversation in a couple months with follow up. You know, and that's what more of them need to do. Dude, don't make people freaking go through hoops and that stupid shit. Just because you can doesn't mean you oughta. And I think about that. I'm going to end up on this. Like pedestrians, yeah, everyone knows you have a pedestrian. You know, pedestrians have the right of way, right? But everyone knows a pedestrian that dawdles and fucking moseys their ass across the street is a fucking dick. Everybody knows that too. So some freaking urgency, you know, especially like 5 o'clock traffic, right? There's the progress in Peters. It's the people that freaking like to stifle. Why? Because they can. And then they say it's not personal. But you know what? It is personal. It is personal. And they think the stuff is yours. And it's not. And I can't wait. I would just love to see the first freaking politician to stand up and be like, you know what? This isn't living within your means. Why don't you pay me about half that $174,000? And I'll live within my means. and use the rest of that to help some people. Maybe some of the other senators and congressmen will do that, right? Right? Because that's the kind of stuff that's going to change the world, right? Or is it just talking about it? It's fun to watch. I don't know. It's my birthday. This is my t-shirt. I made it up a while ago. Kind of over it now. Straight people like rainbows too. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.